bringing you the latest news from Lubbock High Athletics. This is the Westerner Fan Zone podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back to the High School Fan Zone on Monday night, January 3rd, or February 3rd, first Monday of February. I should know that because, in case you didn't know, the Super Bowl's on Sunday. The Chiefs are in it, so I'm trying to not let that dominate my thinking, but sort of hard. But we're going to talk about Lubbock High softball instead of the Chiefs. Unless they want to talk about the Chiefs, we're always welcome to talk about the Chiefs. So.
I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, so that's kind of hard. But I do like Mahomes.
I was listening to some of the promo stuff coming in. There's a lot of angry people about the Cowboys right now.
Don't remind me.
All right.
Yeah.
This is the Westerner Fan Zone, and as you can see, if you're watching on TV, I'm joined by three members of the Lubbock High softball program. I'm going to have them introduce themselves by voice for those listening on radio, though, so I'll start to my far left if you're watching on TV.
I'm Coach Daniela Garcia.
I'm Lilly Reyna.
And I'm Leigha Reyna.
Lilly and Leigha. And you're a basketball player, too, also.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I've seen you in basketball a little bit. You have a big game tomorrow.
Yes, sir, I do. A really big game tomorrow.
Lubbock High at Plainview, winner takes all for a playoff spot.
Yes, sir. It's a big game for us.
So, full disclosure, I think Coach knows this. I've got my daughter's a junior at Lubbock High, Darby Rosetta, so she knows who you guys are. We thought about going up to that game at Plainview. We're still debating. There's still some other games we may go to, but we're pulling for you. My wife's a Plainview native, though, so I have to quietly pull. So.
Yeah, it's a really big game, but we thank you for the support and everything. So yes.
I covered your first game against them. That was a great game against them before.
It really was. It was a close matchup, and we were expecting the same, intensity level and stuff. But hopefully, we'll pull out another win. So.
There we go. Well, now we'll switch over and talk softball. I knew you looked familiar when you sat down. So, Daniela, you're going into year 5.
Yes,
I know that because Sherry Colwell was on last week.
Oh, yep.
And she talked about what she's done in year 5, and very similar to what you've done. You took over for a Lubbock High legend, Sherry Colwell,
right.
And you've built a program the last few years. Where are you guys progress-wise are we 2 weeks away? A week away?
A week away from, a week and a half away from starting our first games. So.
Where is this program at since in your 5th year?
So I feel like we're finally, getting to where we have all of our pieces. We have key pieces coming back. We have obviously pieces that have been there and know the ropes and everything like that. And they're able to, kind of teach us underclassmen how things go and what we expect. And we have some freshmen that have come in and that are helping us. And so I feel like this program we're on the ups. So
one of those veterans is sitting next to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What Coach just said there, I'll ask you the same thing. You've been with Coach now for a while. What is the progress? What progress have you guys made as you get ready for your final season?
I feel like throughout the years, one of our biggest struggles was girls who softball knowledge, and I feel like one of our strengths this year is we have more girls that know the game of softball, and we have a lot of young talent. So I expect this year to be exciting and better.
Still need to break through and get to the playoffs, right?
Right. Yes.
You were close. Was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago, we were one game away. And then last year we kind of took a step back, but this year everybody's been working really hard in the off season, and scrimmages so far have been going good. So we hope to continue that throughout the rest of the season.
So I saw you a couple years ago. You were young then.
Yes.
When you knocked on the door.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those girls are back, kind of as a core group?
I think we have our pitcher, shortstop, second base. We have our left fielder. And then a couple of other girls that have been there. So, I mean, and obviously the girls that have come in, they have softball knowledge. They have a softball background. We have another sophomore who was with us last year on JV, and now she's making the jump. So it's been fun. So getting to see them compete every day.
And breaking through to get to the playoffs is not for the faint of heart in your district.
No,
especially
not at all.
This year, the way it's reconfigured. Where's the confidence that you guys can do that? Where does that come from? How confident are you that this is a group that can knock that door down?
I'm really confident. I feel going into a new district, it also means a new start, fresh start, and new competition. Again, I feel like our talent this year is better than the years before. And considering the fact that we were close a couple years ago, I feel like this year we have a way better chance than we have had. and it's fun because I have my sister, so I have a lot of confidence in her and a lot of confidence in the team.
And Leigha, you're bringing some confidence with you because this basketball team is right there with the chance to do it as well.
Right. She couldn't have said it any better, honestly. As my sister, watching her as well, I also seen like the past couple of years that she's been there and just how the team was structured and everything. But as she said, yeah, I'm confident too that this is a breakthrough that we can accomplish. I mean, we all have the pieces now, and we just have to put it together. And I know it's something that we could do, and I know it's all a big goal of ours. And we've all kind of known each other, so I feel like the trust is really much like there this season as it like the past seasons. So yeah.
And again, full disclosure, I've got a daughter that goes to Lubbock High. What always fascinates me with you guys is how well you do stuff and also juggle your academics. So we're going to talk more about softball, but congratulations on that part. We'll come back with the Westerner Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score. I'm Randy Rosetta.
Diving headfirst into Lubbock High athletics. You're listening to the Westerner Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app.
Welcome back into the Westerner Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score. I'm Randy Rosetta. It's Monday night. That means it's LISD night on the high school Fan Zone. We've already talked to Coronado. And we've talked to Estacado. We're in the Westerner Fan Zone now. Monterey hits cleanup every Monday night, and then Wednesday nights are Friendship, Lubbock Cooper, and Liberty. Let's jump back in with Lubbock High softball, though, because it's been intriguing to watch you guys, Daniela, because with my website, I get scores and stuff off of Game Changer every night. There's nights when you guys seem like you can compete with anybody you play, and then some nights, and that doesn't make you any different than anybody else. Some nights, games get away from you. These two are two of your keys right here. Why do these two sisters? What do these two sisters have to do for you starting next week to get you guys where you want to be?
Well, we really look to them to be leaders, like in the field and in the dugout. So these two have done a great job of making sure everybody knows what their jobs are, their positions, and we're constantly communicating with each other to, if they relay the message to the team, and they're there every step of the way. They've been there every step of the way. They've worked hard. They've shown the younger underclassmen, what it takes to be a good softball player, and so they really do run the team, and we look to them for leadership. So,
well, Lily, what are some of the keys for you guys this year? Now that you've been around Coach for a while, you've got kid sister with you here. What are some keys for you guys to have a successful season, and what is a successful season?
I think one of our biggest keys is our pitching. She's a sophomore. Her name's Haley Sotelo. Oh, she's a junior. Yeah. Oh, sorry, she's a junior.
Coaches usually know that a lot quicker than players do.
Yeah, sorry.
They know the clock is running, so.
Yeah, I think she's one of our big keys, as well as our new pitcher we have coming in too. They're really consistent, and they do trust their defense. I tell Haley all the time when I see her starting to get in her head, I'm like, just trust your defense. Like, we're here to put the ball in play, and we'll be here. And once I tell her that, we start making our outs, we start getting our plays in. I think another key is trust. We're learning to trust each other more. Our chemistry, I would say, is probably the best this year than it's been any other year. And I think that's also a really big key, because without chemistry, you don't have a team. So that's what I can say about that.
All right, second part. What is a successful team? What is a successful season for this team?
I think a successful season is making playoffs. Even just a couple district wins, that would be big success too. But my goal, and I'm sure the rest of our team's goal, is to make playoffs. That would be considered our successful season, especially because it's unexpected by a lot of other people. So,
when was the last time?
Oh goodness, it was back when they were in the district with Hereford. I think that was a long time ago. I think it was one of my first years of coaching. And I'm on year 12 and a half.
You were coaching at the school
at the other
on 34th Street.
Yeah, at the school on
the school we don't speak of.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was such, but it makes sense. We talked about the godfather of softball in Lubbock, Texas, is J.J. Johnson, right? Because you played for J.J., you coached with J.J.
Yes.
Mo played for you and J.J.
I coached
Now
Mo.
She's over at Coronado.
Yes.
Right? Oh, I'm sorry. And even Monterey, Ryan Croc's going to be on here before, and he told me a few years ago that coaching against J.J. and playing against Coronado motivated him to get them to where they've been the last few years. So J.J.'s had quite an impact on softball in Lubbock, Texas.
Oh yes, he has, and I always look to him to be he's my mentor, and I can call him for any reason, and he's just really showed me what it takes to run a successful program, and it's taken a little bit, but it's finally paying off over at Lubbock High, and so we're excited to see what the future has, and these kids, like I said, they're working hard every day.
JJ talks about you guys like he's going to get mad at me because I actually thought his daughter was his granddaughter at one point.
No. Yeah, no.
But he talks about your players. He'll talk about, like, he knows their names and he knows their positions. He follows.
I talk about, we call each other usually during season once or twice a week, and I'll ask him for advice and ask him what he thinks, and I tell him all about my kids and how they're doing, and so he stays up, and he even has a Lubbock High shirt. So
oh, wow.
Yeah,
well, he sort of has to now.
Yes, he has no choice. Yeah.
It did look weird when I saw him at Lowry Field once in black and gold. It took me a little bit to get used to. So, as one of the younger players, what has to happen? What has to go right for you guys to get where you want this season?
As one of the younger players, like I said, like she said too, the chemistry is just kind of there. So, the older girls, we look up to them too, but the trust is just what we all have, like, in one another. So I feel like that's, like, really, like, going to impact this season and everything. So,
well, this Reyna sister has a big night tomorrow night because Lubbock High girls, I'm glad we get to promote that a little bit. Lubbock High girls go to Plainview with a chance to claim a playoff spot. And I know Brent's told me it's been a while since they've been to the playoffs as well. They win and in. So they go up to Plainview, play in the doghouse. That is going to wrap us up on the Westerner Fan Zone this Monday. We'll be back after the break on the Plainsman Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score. I'm Ray.